மிஸ்டர் கோல்ட் கடலை எண்ணெய் தான் வாங்குறேன். ஏன் தெரியுமா?
சாதாரண ஆயிலை விட சமையல் டேஸ்டாவும் இருக்கும், ஹெல்தியாவும் இருக்கும்.
அயன் சத்து தலைமுடி உதிர்தலை தடுக்கும். மிதமான சூடு பாலில் கலந்து பருகலாம். லயன் டேட் சிரப் தினமும் 2 ஸ்பூன்.
Through the mist and through the murk, let's have a look at the grid. Chester Kiefer on pole position, Ariel Levy alongside Flint Shearing, Sid Smith, Sasha Norden, Draker Janssen and Domas Radonis and Dirk Schutter. That are the first 4 rows of the grid. Then Rodrigo Almeida, Helter Höfner, Josh Stanton, he might be good there from 11th with Nick Hove company, Matthias Ferreira, Henry Chumala. He was strong in the last race, wasn't he? Ahead of Jonas Greif, Alex Ryman down in 16th place, Felix Neuhofer, Charles Visser, Mace Muller, Thomas Cangro. He's had a rubbish day so far. He'll want to make up for that. Luciano Martinez ahead of Ziad Giris and Anthony Imperato. Now, as we head into a wet race, clearance from the back. Are you ready? Round 2. Porsche Sprint Challenge Southern Europe Sport Division is go! There's a car very quick off the marks at the back. Dirk Schutter also making a very quick getaway. We look through the mist and the murk, and another great start from Ariel Levy leading the pack into turn 1. Can he get it slowed down? The 2 Schumacher CLRT cars running side by side. Looks like Flint Shearing on the outside. The rest of the cars coming through the mist and the murk. It looks like everybody's made it around turn 1. That's a great starting point. Now finding their positions as they head out towards turns 2, 3 and 4. Up the hill they come, then it'll be a downhill again on board with Dirk Schutter. He made a good getaway. Some of the cars from further back also making good progress. There's our race leader. Second place, Flint Shearing. So he's got the jump on his teammate. But Chester Kiefer in that 3rd place. Can he get a podium out of this? This is a tricky corner. Nick Ho going very wide indeed. He's able to get on the power, rejoin. Having taken a very wide line, he will argue he got bundled out there. That is the view from Dirk Schutter on board. The windscreen wipers going. Very, very little visibility for these drivers here. Fighting for the positions further back. There's Domas Radonis. Also under pressure from Draker Janssen. Other cars in there as well. All fighting for those positions. Out towards turns 10 and 11 that they come. We'll get the official positions as they cross the line in a few moments. But they're all tiptoeing around this part of the circuit. It is a slippery section, a windy section. There's somebody who's gone off onto the grass. Now, who's that? Can't quite see who that is, but it's a car that has gone off onto the grass. We'll find out who that is in a moment. The rest of the cars coming through into turn 14 and then tiptoeing around into turn 15 are on board with Sid Smith. You can see how hard he's fighting the wheel. Challenging for position, but Sasha Norden on the inside of him going into the corner. Also there, Rodrigo Almeida, who is looking very good indeed in the FAC Autotech car. Across the line we come. So, Ariel Levy leading the way. Flint Shearing, Chester Kiefer, Dirk Schutter up into 4th place. I thought he'd made pretty good progress at the start. Then it's Sid Smith, Sasha Norden, Rodrigo Almeida, then Heiter Höfner ahead of Nick Ho, despite that wide line that he took. So Dirk Schutter, the man on a mission, has charged forwards up into that 4th place. The reigning champion and Porsche Carrera Cup Benelux. Right, we've got a full course yellow. I suspect it's for whoever it was that we saw. I think it was Matthias Ferreira who may have spun off, and we've got a full course yellow that's out. So all the cars now being asked to take their foot off the accelerator to reduce the speed. All the gaps are meant to remain the same. I'm thinking it is almost certainly Matthias Ferreira in the 27 car who went spinning. He is at the bottom of the timing screens. We didn't get a clear shot of him, but the car's now not allowed to overtake while this stricken car is moved. The race is still underway though, but no overtaking. So I'm wondering if we're going to get a safety car. Hopefully we can avoid any red flags. I don't think he made contact with the barrier, and it means that we can keep this thing rolling. The clock continues to count down. 30 minutes plus 1 lap is the race duration. We are now into 26 and a quarter minutes plus 1 lap. It was up at turn 12 that we had the incident, I believe, involving car number 27. Ariel Levy, who leading the way. And if you ever want to be leading a race, it's when conditions are like this. You don't want to be looking at spray from the car in front. I've just seen that safety car is on standby, so we may well get it. Yes, it is Matthias Ferreira, who is the one that's pointing in the wrong direction. So looks like his afternoon has come to a premature end. Such a shame. Of course, in the first race, he got a 12th place after a lot of battling in the target competition car. So I'm feeling safety car might be about to be deployed. Yes, it is. So safety car has now been deployed. So the cars will be bunched up, the gaps will close up, and safety car will lead them around just while the stricken number 27 car is removed from the scene of the crime. The cars head out along the pit straight once again. So, with the safety car out, race leader Ariel Levy, second Flint Schuring, third pole sitter Chester Kiefer, who is also the leading rookie, Dirk Schuten, good job, in fourth place, Sid Smith, very much in contention in fifth place, Sasha Norden in sixth place, ahead of Rodrigo Almeida, Helter Höfner is next up in 8th place, ahead of Nick Ho and Felix Neuhofer. That is the top 10. Second in the rookies is the aforementioned Jelter Höfner, and Mays Muller is third in the rookie category. If you're new to this kind of racing, to remind you, we have a race, but there are races within the race. So we have the rookies are racing each other, as well as the rest of the field. We'll get a podium for the rookies at the end, and the leading rookie will get the top step of the podium, who is Chester Kiefer at the moment. And we have a Pro-Am race at the moment. Henry Chuamala once again leading the way, and he is 16th place overall. Second of the Pro-Ams is Ziad Giras, with Anthony Imperato third in Pro-Am race. Draker Janssen apparently is into the pits, and we've got a red flag once again. So red flag has been deployed, and I expect this is because we've got people out on circuit removing cars, and with the conditions so slippery, we cannot take any risks. Looking after track staff is of paramount importance. Just before I said the red flag, Draker Janssen has peeled off into the pits. Now that is a shame. I've mentioned it several times already. You can tell I was impressed, can't you? He was at the Red Bull Ring last year, and he did 2 races in the wet, and was phenomenal as he came charging through the pack, and said when we chatted to him on the grid, when Piers chatted to him, that he was looking forward to a wet race, but clearly there's some issues with that. Well, I think he might actually be back out on track now, because I can see him back on the timing screen, so I think he might have joined, having been into the pits. I wonder if he might have had a puncture or something. So whatever it is, he's going to be at the back of the queue when this race restarts. Just under 24 minutes, plus 1 lap remaining. So the safety car will once again bring the cars back round into the pit lane, or onto the grid, probably the pit lane. Schuten was the fastest man on the track. Well, no surprises there before the red flag came out, and was the driver that made rapid progress up into that 4th place. Be interesting to see how he goes from there. He's had a bit of experience running in the wet as well. The session will continue, just to reassure you, if you are watching this and wondering if it's going to get going again. Yes, it will. We've seen a red flag in every race so far today. I don't think I have ever been at an event where every single race has been red flagged. It would be nice if we could get the next one done with that one, but it's really important, very important, that any damage to the fence is seen to, and also that track marshals and track staff are kept safe, as well as the drivers. But as you can see, peeling off into the pits now. The rain continues to come down, and Ariel Levy will be leading that queue through. So we won the championship last year as we've mentioned several times, he was the overall winner, Porsche Sprint Challenge Southern Europe. Had 3 wins, 6 podiums, and he had been fighting for a first ever win in Porsche 6th Carrera Cup Germany very much all of last season. Looked like it was going to get away from him. And then in the absolute last race of the season at the Hockenheim Ring, a daring move, took advantage of other drivers getting together, kept out of trouble, and finally took that first win. It was the first win ever by an Israeli driver in the Porsche 6 Carrera Cup Germany. We've also seen him in Porsche Mobil 1 Super Cup. We've seen him win in Porsche Carrera Cup Benelux. So a real talent, and a driver who gets better in leaps and bounds every year. In his 4th year of racing, and looking very, very much like a future, well, he's a current champion, isn't he? He's the defending champion, looking very solid here. Great to have Flint Schuring back. He was the main man in Porsche Sprint Challenge Middle East last winter. It meant we didn't get to see him quite in the way we wanted to in Sprint Challenge Southern Europe, but great to have him back, and another one of the real chargers. So Flint Schuring and Chester Kiefer, well, we've spoken a lot about them already. We've spoke earlier on, well, I didn't, Piers did, spoke to Jelte Höfner and the 919 car, currently in 8th place for MDM Motorsports. And he's another driver. He's a keen skier. There you go. There's a useless bit of information for you. Has yet to announce his plans for the summer. Was waiting very much to see how things shook out here in the Sprint Challenge to decide what his plans might be in the summer. Well, I would say, judging by his performance, yeah, get yourself stuck into a Porsche series. That's what I say. So, yeah, he's done a good job there, hasn't he? And in that 8th place at the moment. Nick Ho in 9th place in the 98 car for PG Motorsport. He was very solid in Porsche Carrera Cup Benelux, and he just has been there pretty well all season long. Still looking for that elusive first win. Makes me feel old when he says he's combining studying business administration, so still in the educational system as well as racing, but a real talent. Piers tells me that he's been speaking to Josh Stanton, and apparently the circuit is like an ice rink, and if you get a wheel onto the painted part, he says it's even worse. It's like being on slick. So there's a bit of inside information there from Josh Stanton, who was so impressive in the last race. He's currently in 13th place in this race. So he's kind of in the mid-pack. And I said it earlier, he was the AM champion, Porsche Carrera Cup Great Britain back in 2022. In Carrera Cup Great Britain last year, and really great driver who is very much going forward. We also saw him guesting last year, Silverstone in Porsche Mobil 1 Super Cup. You may well have seen that. Of course, Porsche Mobil 1 Super Cup supporting the Formula One circus, and really, really great experience for many of these drivers. All part of the Porsche pyramid. I mentioned it earlier, and it is a wonderful strategy that Porsche have. We have customers who start off at motorsports driving events like the Porsche Sport Driving School and other club sport events. Next up in the pyramid is the One Make Series, and we have the Sprint Challenges, the Carrera Cups, and the Mobil 1 Super Cups, and that really is a steep learning curve, part of the Porsche pyramid. Then we see customers crossing over into the world of factory racing, and that's where the 911 RSRs, the 911 GT3Rs are used. And if you're a fan of the World Endurance Championship, you will have seen many Porsches in there, and of course the 24 Hours of Le Mans, won by Flint Schuring's older brother Maurice Schuring last year in the GT category. There's IMSA as well. 24 Hours of Daytona, of course, very topical this time of year, the 12 Hours of Sebring. And then lastly, at the top of the pyramid, it's the hypercar, the LMP1 class, and that is absolute top level racing. Okay, notification. You've heard enough of my wittering. The restart is going to be in about 25 seconds. So stand by your beds. Let's get this thing going once again, and hopefully we can resume this. Now, according to the clock on my screen, the clock is now ticking down with 23 and a half minutes remaining. There is the stricken Matthias Ferreira car going back to the pits, and the target team, great team target from Italy, I believe, who will get to work on that and have it back out for the next round in Estoril, I have no doubt. Right, the cars are rolling. Ariel Levy, once again, leading the pack around, staring at the back of the safety car. And hopefully we will be running the next time we come past the pit exit. 23 minutes plus 1 lap remaining of this race. And then we'll be up to the checker flag. But don't forget, we've still got one more race to come this afternoon. We've still got the second round of the club division still to come after this. That should be lively in these conditions. So don't be going anywhere. I do hope you're enjoying this. The opening rounds of Porsche Sprint Challenge Southern Europe 2025, this wonderful series in its third season. Summer wins are made in the winter. Well, try telling that to the drivers as the cars haul their way through the rain with the windscreen wipers running on the wet weather tyres and gaining the experience in the Winter Championship, the Training Championship. Welcome to you all. I know a lot of people watching us all around the world, a lot of people watching us online, a lot of people watching us on TV as well, and a lot of people watching us on the terraces. Please don't go home. We hope you're enjoying this. Draker Janssen has restarted at the back of the pack, so that is good news, but he will be stone lost. So he's going to have a lot of work to do. Be very interested to see where he can come from. He'll be 22nd on the grid. We'll see what happens there. We're going to really test him on this wet weather expert theory, aren't we? Yes, whatever his issue was, he's now rejoined. There he is, bringing up the rear of the pack. Cars currently up towards turn 9 at the moment, and concentration needs to be high. Not only are you trying to generate heat into the tyres, but we've seen it many times in these conditions. Drivers losing it on a formation lap or behind the safety car. Just because we're not up to full speed doesn't mean that they are all safe and going to be sticking to the track. And we've seen it many times. So the drivers will already be driving with their fingertips, looking for the puddles, looking for the slippery bits. And we've already told you that Josh Stanton has pointed out that it is like driving on ice out there, even on the wet weather tyres. Just confirmation for peers in the pits that Matthias Ferreira had front right damaged after getting helped off the circuit. Beautifully put. A helping hand. He's all good. Just the car that might need a little bit of TLC before we see it the next time out in Estoril. Right. Well, as we saw earlier, Ariel Levy, it's his decision when to hit the accelerator. He can weave, he can hit the brakes, but he's decided early. Into turn 15 he comes. He's already on the power and he's already leading the way. Flint Shearing, well, he's kept in within his sight. And now Chester Keeper under pressure from Dirk Schuten along the pit straight. They come towards turn 1. Schuten's going to have the outside line under braking. Can he get it slowed down in these slippery conditions? The challenge for the last of the podium positions. Schuten taking the wide outside, the long way round. Sid Smith just there as well, keeping a watching brief on this fight. The last of the podium positions. Smith going very wide out of the corner. He rejoins in front of Sasha Norden, but he keeps it all pointing in the right direction, so all is good. There's Draker Janssen on the inside of Ziad Gieris. The rest of the cars coming through the mist and through the rain. Windscreen wipers blazing. The rain lights are blazing. Flint Shearing second place now. Dirk Schuten into that third. Chester Keeper trying to find as much traction as he can into turn 5. They're going 3 abreast around turn 5. Somebody tell them that doesn't always work. That is the view. We told you that running in the traffic is poor visibility. Dirk Schuten, all he can see is the red rain light of Chester Keeper, of Flint Shearing, burning through the mist and trying to hit all the right braking points with very, very poor visibility, but he'll have plans on getting past Flint Schuring, trying to find his way up into that second place. Dirk Schuiten looking to be reveling in these conditions. In that fourth place, Chester Kiefer still there. Sid Smith just there as well. Sasha Norden, Rodrigo Almeida in there. They're all fighting for position at the moment. But Ariel Levy, no such problems with visibility. He's got an open track in front of him. He just needs to keep the car pointing in the right direction. Going to come out in a few moments across the start-finish line with 18.5 minutes remaining of this race, plus 1 lap. He's not braking as clear from Flint Schuring, who's at like 3 abreast into turn 14. Great stuff here, coming out in the front of that particular fight. Felix Neuhofer, what a great move from him. Rodrigo Almeida in there as well, I think. So this is really sorting out the wet weather drivers. Ariel Levy with the fastest lap of the race, significantly slower than the previous race. There's Draker Janssen fighting his way back up through the pack, having started stone last, on board with Dirk Schuiten once again in 3rd place. Now, what can he do about the cars in front? Look at this fight that is going on. There is Rodrigo Almeida. He is fighting for position with Felix Neuhofer as well. Almeida's got past. Of course, he recorded that non-finish in the first race. He's got a point to prove here. He's up into 5th place, having found a route past Felix Neuhofer. Down the hill they come, hitting the right braking points. Neuhofer challenging again on the inside of Almeida. He finds the route past. He shuts the door in his face, but then a big twitch to the inside. Almeida has the faster line coming out. Further back, that's Draker Janssen going very, very wide out of turn 5. He gains some traction, rejoins the track, but Neuhofer now having found a route back, which is going on for 5th place. One to keep an eye on. Ariel Levy at the front, breaking clear from Flint Schuring just a little. Dirk Schuiten in that 3rd place. The 1, 2, 3 now well clear of the 4th place. Chester Kiefer. 4th place is where he finished last time. 4th place is where he is at the moment. The leading rookie. Second in the rookies, Jelter Hoofner in 7th place overall. He'll have Nick Hope accompanying Alex Ryman. Good progress from Alex Ryman up into 9th place. Remember, he started a long way back on the pack in the number 47 car. So he's another one who's enjoying these conditions. The 99 car of, now was that Flint Schuring finding a route past? I think it was. Yes, Flint Schuring has found a route past Ariel Levy. So what happened there? Ariel Levy, I wonder if he's had a moment, because Flint Schuring in the lead of this race. While we were looking further back, a change for the lead and the fastest lap of the race. We said keep an eye on Flint Schuring, a real talented driver. He's got to keep it on the track though, going wide in the corner. But Flint Schuring, you see the back end of the car twitching as he gets on the power, keeping it on the stuff that's got the most grip. There's not much grip to be had out there. So Ariel Levy relegated down into 2nd place. The driver who won race 1, Dirk Schuiten, in 3rd place. Is he going to close in on Ariel Levy now? These conditions suiting Flint Schuring. He sounded confident when Piers spoke to him on the grid, and now he leads the way in the number 99 car. Flint Schuring leading the way. Ariel Levy in 2nd place. Dirk Schuiten in 3rd ahead of Chester Kiefer. And there is Alex Ryman on the outside of Nick Ho. Ryman, who is making wonderful progress. He was a real star last year. He ended up winning in the Pro-Am category, loving these conditions, and now challenging for 8th place. The view that Ariel Levy has is no longer clear in front of him, because Flint Schuring is now the one kicking up the spray in his face. We're at the halfway point of the race. We have 14 minutes and 50 seconds plus 1 lap remaining. Flint Schuring, our new race leader, having found a route past Ariel Levy. Dirk Schuiten in 3rd place. Got one eye on Dirk, but Levy trying to come back. Now, can he challenge for the lead without leaving the door open for Dirk Schuiten? I think Flint Schuring is going to take a little bit of stopping from that position. Another of the drivers who just gets better and better. And leading the way here, looks to have a comfortable gap. It was 1 second the last time across the line. I think he's extended that a bit now over Ariel Levy. Suddenly, Levy's mirrors are going to be full of Dirk Schuiten, who is going to be looking to try and relieve him of that second place. In towards turn one they come. Dirk Schouten, an absolute fighter. He is the driver who had no budget to go racing last year. So he decided to run 100 kilometers to raise money in 24 hours, as we see Draker Janssen coming back to ninth place on the outside of Nick Ho. What a move from Draker Janssen up into ninth place. Told you he was good in the wet, didn't we? And so Chester Keeper coming under pressure from Rodrigo Almeida in fifth place. So incredible stuff. Draker Janssen, who does seem to like the slippery conditions, started stone last, I may remind you, now up to ninth place. I was part way through telling you about Dirk Schouten running 100 kilometers in less than 24 hours to raise money. It's worth checking out his video on YouTube. He did this to raise money through his GoFundMe so that he could go racing last year. Sid Smith is running out on the gravel, and Alex Ryman, after all that progress. So 7th and 8th, I wonder if they've got together. They're not going to be 7th and 8th when we cross the line next. So Sid Smith and Alex Ryman now onto the gravel, rejoin, but they've lost a load of positions. We've lost Felix Neuhofer as well. So Felix Neuhofer has gone, and Janssen, maybe just a little bit too much confidence. You just saw him also running off the track. He had a yellow flag at turn 8. I think that's where it was all happening. But he has rejoined. But suddenly Draker Janssen also dropping back through the pack. So a lot of the wet weather runners suddenly finding that traction is at a premium. Less than 12.5 minutes remaining plus one lap. Flint Schuring leading the way. Ariel Levy, second place. That's Nick Ho, also pointing in the wrong direction. Let's hope that he can avoid any contact there as cars scattering to the left and to the right. So Nick Ho, another one who succumbs to these slippery conditions. Chester Keefer down into fifth place because Rodrigo Almeida has found a route past. Looking there at Mace Muller in the number 67 car, who is also running in 12th place with Domas Radonis. So a lot of position changes. So Draker Janssen with all that hard work to do again, and he is up with Domas Radonis, it looked like to me on the confirmation on that. Certainly one of the GP Elite cars, but no confirmation needed of our race leader. Flint Schuring, 1.173 to the good of Ariel Levy, the Israeli driver trying to fight back. It's the Israeli driver versus the Dutch driver versus another Dutch driver. He is the meat in the sandwich. Dirk Schouten, third place. Almeida from Mozambique, showing what he is made of in these slippery conditions after that difficult race one. There's Thomas Cangro to the inside of Mace Muller. So Cangro, we saw him struggling a little bit earlier on, but he is now up into 7th place. These conditions really are such a leveler, allowing drivers the opportunity to fight forwards. Sasha Norden down in 9th place, so having a difficult race. Sasha Norden having looked so strong in the first race that we saw earlier on today, down in 9th place. So we're looking to try and push forwards from there with 10 minutes and 3/4 remaining. That is Domas Radonas into the pits in the number 5 Team GP Elite car. The Lithuanian looks to be retiring from the race. We have 10 minutes remaining plus one lap on this round 2 of an 8-round season for Porsche Sprint Challenge Southern Europe 2025, the Sport Division. Flint Schuring leading the way ahead of Ariel Levy. And it looks to have this under control at the moment, but he will need to concentrate. A momentary lack of concentration, and the 99 car could so easily end up in a gravel trap. So positions further back, still changing. The leading rookie is still Chester Keefer, but now Jelter Hufner is on his back bumper, having closed in the 1, 2, 3 in the rookies. They were running together, but now Thomas Cangro has found a route past Maze Muller. Cangro, another driver who seems to be relishing these conditions. So the 48 car, another one who is pushing forwards. Our leading Pro-Am driver still Henry Tuamala. There is Thomas Cangro in the red and black number 48 car. So he's another one who is picking off the places one by one. Draker Janssen, having made the progress, then spun off, then come back again. He's back up into 13th place. There's Jonas Greif. He's had a fairly quiet day. Alex Ryman challenging Jonas Greif for position. So it was Greif that we saw with Ryman earlier on, one of the other Team GP elite cars. So Alex Ryman, having picked it all up again, pushing forwards, looking to the outside of Jonas Greif, showing who has the most courage, going into the corner, going round the outside, daring to brake just that little bit later in these conditions, daring to put it all on the line. But Flint Schuring, with no such dramas at the moment, at the front, leading the way. There is Jonas Greif in the number 4, the orange, white and black car. They're on board with second place, Ariel Levy, the number 25 car from Team GP Elite. He's keeping Flint Schuring within reach, and it looks to me as though he has actually closed in a bit. It was 1.183 last time across the line. We'll see what it is this time when they cross the line. 1.183 it was. This time as they cross the line, it is 9/10 of a second, 0.990. So Ariel Levy has taken a little bit out of the lead car, just a couple of tenths. So he is closing in a little, but Flint Schuring just tiptoeing his way around, does not want to throw caution to the wind here because this is looking good for maximum points in the championship. Ariel Levy, who leads the championship coming into this race in that second place, but suddenly looking pretty racy with a little over 7.5 minutes plus 1 lap remaining. Our leading rookie, still Chester Kiefner. Second is still Jelter Hufner in the rookies, just behind him on track. They're running in 5th and 6th position. What a baptism of fire and water for these drivers who are some of them making their debuts in Porsche racing this weekend, learning the skills that are required to go on and win championships. There is second place, Levy in the 25 car. Up ahead of him, Flint Schuring managed to find a route past in these tricky conditions. Whether Levy missed a braking point or whatever it was, he left that gap and Schuring was through. You see a bit of a dry line appearing on the track, but not much. There's Henry Tuamala in the 1-2-3 car. He's leading in the Pro-Am category. His nearest challenger is Anthony Imperato, who is 17th. Tuamala is 13th at the moment, so doesn't really want to be getting into fights with the cars around him. He's not in a battle, direct battle with Jonas Greif and Alex Ryman. He doesn't want to be getting mixed up with them. His main challenger is another of the Pro-Am cars who is further back. But in the overall race, the gap down to 0.990 with 6.25 minutes plus 1 lap remaining. There's Sasha Norden in the 21 car. The weather certainly not suiting him as much as the dry weather did. He's down into 9th place at the moment. And there's Jonas Greif in the number 4 car, who is in 14th place. Everybody just focused, getting to the end of this race, worth points in itself, and everybody from 15th upwards will score points in the overall championship. There is Alex Ryman up behind Henry Tuamala. Tuamala in the Pro-Am category in 13th place. So Ryman in 14th. So Tuamala looking to the outside along the pit straight into turn 1. There is Sasha Norden once again coming under attack, this time from Charles Visser. Visser finding comparative easy routes through. Is Norden going to be able to come back? Norden, the more experienced of the two in this discipline of racing, but Visser finds the route past. Driver, Charles Visser, who comes from karting, fairly prolific in South Africa national karting scene, has a younger brother. That's how Alex Ryman into the gravel trap. So Ryman, now this could easily bring out a safety car. It's in turn 3 that Ryman is into the gravel trap. He looks to be stranded, and get the feeling we may well see a safety car if that car is going to have to be towed out, and I think it does. So after such good progress, it has been rags and riches. Ryman, you can see, exiting the car. Now, can we get the rest of this race run under a localized yellow? There's a yellow flying at turn 3 at the moment. So I am hoping we can keep this going under green flag conditions. But Alex Ryman, what a shame. He's been looking so impressive, but perhaps just overstepping the mark. The car is being covered, and no, we've got a full course yellow. So full course yellow is out, so the cars will be reduced in speed, no overtaking. Now with 4 minutes remaining plus 1 lap, it remains to be seen whether we can get this back to green flag conditions. Flint Schuring would be quite happy if we didn't, although the gap is up to 4.233 seconds. Now, I don't know whether that gap grew as a result of the full course yellow coming out or whether Ariel Levy had a moment. I think it's just the gaps have opened up with drivers decelerating at different times. When the full course yellow comes out, the instruction is the drivers must lift off the accelerator but not brake. And you do get cars decelerating at different times. So if things remain as they are now, Flint Schuring would have a gap of 4.2 seconds over Ariel Levy, but we've still got 3.25 minutes, and a safety car is not necessarily out of the question. So at the moment, our leading rookie, you can see on the blue box on the graphic, is Chester Kiefer. Jelter Hoefner is in 6th place, and he's a couple of seconds behind, second in the rookies. Thomas Cangro, good progress up to 7th. Mace Muller, 3rd in the rookies, is in 8th place. In the Pro-Am race, Henry Tuamala still leads the way. He's 14th overall. And Anthony Imperato is in 16th place, second in the Pro-Ams. Between the two of them is Sid Smith. What a shame, after such a strong showing early on. Had that moment where he went off into the gravel, whether that was contact or not. I dare say we'll find out eventually, but he's down in 15th place at the moment. Ziad Giris is in 17th place, and that is Rodrigo Almeida, the 4th place car. Has he had a moment under the full course yellow? So Rodrigo Almeida, just saw him there. I think he had a bit of a spin or a moment. He's rejoined. He hasn't lost any positions. But it's what we said earlier, isn't it? Just because we're under full course yellow or behind the safety car does not mean that the danger is over. I get the feeling, I'm just looking at messages from race control, and I think there is a distinct possibility this race is going to finish under a full course yellow. We've only got 1 minute and 40 seconds remaining, plus the 1 lap. I'm just waiting for official confirmation of what might happen, but you can see conditions are treacherous. The race finished now. There's Alex Ryman's car, and that is in the gravel. That's what brought it out, and still running by the looks of things, although we saw the pilot exiting, of course. But if things finish as they are, it would be Flint Schuring, obviously, who takes the win. Ariel Levy, a 2nd place to go with his win from yesterday. He'd probably take that given the conditions. And a podium for Dirk Schuiten, the reigning Porsche Carrera Cup Benelux champion. Rodrigo Almeida, well, assuming he doesn't have any more moments like he had earlier on, would take 4th place. So, final lap under full course yellow has been messaged. Just looking to see what might happen. Whether we're going to get a checkered flag, I think, next time around. So we're on to the final lap of the race. This will be the last lap under the full course yellow, I believe. The message on the timing screen is final lap under full course yellow. I don't expect it's going to go back racing again for anything other than that. So I will let you know on that, whether it's the full course final lap under full course yellow of the race, or whether we're going to get one racing lap. I expect it'll be the checkered flag next time around. I know Piers is down there doing the legwork. This is the final lap, he says. So confirmation, this is the final lap of the race. A little bit of an anticlimax after what has been a thrilling race, and the first race was spectacular as well. If you missed it, please go back and have another look at it, because it was a spectacular race that we saw earlier on today in somewhat drier conditions. But this is going to be the world's longest final lap, the biggest anticlimax in history, as the racing for this weekend for the sport division comes to a end at crawling pace. At the moment, our race leader is out on turn 5, so another 10 turns to do. And it's just like everything's running in slow motion. Assuming they can keep it on the track, and that is something to consider. It will be Flint Schuring who takes the win for Schumacher CLRT. Ariel Levy, who will take second place. That is the culprit. Our full-course yellow there, the Alex Ryman S1 car in the gravel. Third will be the lap time performance car of Dirk Schouten. Rodrigo Almeida will be in fourth. And our leading rookie, second rookie win, looking like it's going the way of Chester Kiefer. But Jelte Hufner pushing him all the way home there, pressuring him all the way. Right, where are we? Up towards turn 10. Stand by your beds. We will get there eventually. The number 99 car circulating turn 11 at the moment. Everybody keeping it pointing in the right direction. The cars we've lost from this race, obviously Alex Ryman, Domas Rodonis. We lost Felix Neuhofer earlier on. And of course, early on, we lost Matthias Ferreira. So the slow motion view out of turn 5, Torrey VIP. And up to turn 6, certainly not taken flat out on this occasion. Our race leaders now, as far as I can tell, into turn 14. And very shortly we'll be into the long sweeping Galp, which is the name of turn 15. In racing conditions will be taken at about 200 kilometers an hour. That is not the case here today. So Flint Schuring now into the final corner of the race. He's just about to head out onto the pit straight, and if my calculations are right, he should see a checkered flag in front of him in just a few moments to signal the end of the race. It is going to be a win in round 2 of Porsche Sprint Challenge Southern Europe, the sport division. Flint Schuring taking the top step with Ariel Levy in second place, and it's going to be a podium on his debut weekend in Porsche Sprint Challenge Southern Europe for Dirk Schouten. Solid job from him. Rodrigo Almeida, we're going to wait for him to appear, showing what he is made of in the FAC Autotech Porsche. Here he comes to cross the line. A very solid fourth place from Rodrigo Almeida. Great stuff from the driver from Mozambique. A win in the rookie category for Chester Kiefer, ahead of Jelte Hufner. And then Thomas Cangro, another driver, just going to wait for him to appear out of the mist before we can confirm it. There is Thomas Cangro, and a solid drive from him, just keeping it all together at the end into 7th place. Behind him, there's Mace Muller, who will get the last of the podium positions in the rookies. And then Charles Visser, who will probably be mourning the end of the race because felt as though he might have had a chance of getting past Mace Muller. Then Sasha Norden in 10th place. Draco Janssen, well, he spent a fair bit of time in the gravel, but still kept it going to pick up points in 11th place. Good job there. Josh Stanton in that 12th place. Rest of the cars coming across the line. Next up, Jonas Greif, so points for him in 13th. And then the winner in the Pro-Ams, it is Henry Tuamara, 14th overall, ahead of Sid Smith. What might have been with Sid Smith. Then second in the Pro-Ams, Anthony Imperato. He finishes in 16th place ahead of Ziad Giris, who is the last of the podium finishers in the Pro-Ams. Then Luciano Martinez in 18th place, and Nick Ho was the last of the runners. Such a shame for Nick Ho because it looks so strong. There he is, just seeing behind the graphic in the yellow and black car. He brings it home as the last of the runners. The non-finishers, Alex Ryman, Domas Radonis, Felix Neuhofer, and Matthias Ferreira. And a real shame that we've lost them, but well done to all the drivers who got it to the finish line in what has been very challenging conditions here in Portimão, on the Algarve, where the sun always shines well, except progress. Now winning here in the first weekend of Porsche Sprint Challenge Southern Europe 2025. And there is Ariel Levy offering his congratulations. But Flint, I was told by Burkhardt, watch out for this one because potentially he's even faster. Well, I think Morris might have something to say about that. Hopefully, Right, thank you. Bookhar's just messaged me. Gervin is the name of the father. You know, it's only take me 2 years to find that out. There's Dirk Schuten, the man in the gold helmet, congratulating him. Thank you for that bit of information. I shall actually, now I know his name, I'll go and say hello to him next time. Right, I think Piers has got Flint with him. That's a racing family there. And Flint Schuring, he's going to show up his brother. You're going to have a word with him, aren't you? Over to you, Piers.
I am. Flint. Thanks, Brian. Yes, I am. I've got Flint Schuring right here. Flint, that must have been a tough race out there, but you brought it home.
Yeah, it was definitely difficult on a wet track. First time it's wet this weekend, so had to learn a lot throughout the race, but managed to do so quite well and managed to get away and come home with a victory.
Where did you find the pace to hold off Ariel Levy? Of course, Ariel's very experienced in these cars. You're still, on the up, so you must have found some good lines out there.
Yeah, definitely experimented a bit. Also before the race started and during the safety car, so that helped a bit. And then managed to get in front.
Amazing, and I suppose a great start to your season in 2025.
Yeah, definitely a good start. First weekend with the new team as well. We did a superb job. Couldn't start any better.
Amazing. Well, Flint, congratulations on the first win in the overall in the championship. I'm going to grab a word with Ariel Levy as well, because it'd be good to hear about that lead battle from the other perspective. Ariel, come on in. Not quite the win you wanted in this one, but very, very close. Tricky conditions out there.
Yeah, for sure, tricky conditions, and also I've never drove here in the wet, so I had to guess everything, and I made one guess a little bit wrong. So then I dropped the position, but it's fine. I'm still leaving this place with a faster lap than I ever did before, and leading the championship, so I'm still happy.
Leading the championship, and also last year you won the championship, leaving the first round with a third and a first and a second, so even better than last year. I suppose that you're hoping you can continue on with the form you had last season.
Yeah, so for now, if you look at the results, everything is a little bit better than last year. So yeah, let's just keep it like this.
Brilliant. I'll let you go and dry off and do the podium ceremony. I'd like to grab a quick word with Dirk Schuten as well. Dirk, a great result for yourself there. It must have been hard fought.
Yeah, that was simply lovely. As Max would say. But I love the rain. I mean, I'm Dutch and I'm used to driving in the rain. And the conditions played out perfectly. The car was mega, so thanks to the team. And to finish in P3, to move up 5 positions, I never expected that. But very happy with this result. So.
Yeah, it looked like you could really hustle the car out there. You were visibly able to move the car and put it where you wanted, especially in the first couple of laps compared to the drivers around you.
Yeah, just placing the car where there's grip. That comes from experience, I think. And it played out perfectly.
Amazing. Well, congratulations on your first podium in the Porsche Sprint Challenge Southern Europe. We're going to head back to Brian before we do the podium ceremony for the Sport Division Round 2.
Thank you, Piers. Great stuff. Yes, simply lovely. These Dutch drivers all sound the same, don't they? Right, let's have a look at some highlights. You can see there was Ariel Levy who got the jump of the pole sitter into turn 1, Chester Keeper. The rest of the cars all made it around in the early stages, and everybody driving with their fingertips. And as Piers had already said, Dirk Schuten just exploring different lines and finding grip, putting his experience to good use and finding grip that wasn't there. And we'll have another look at the start again here. So there we go. It's a very good start, so it's worth looking at. And there he is into turn 1. Levy must have thought they'd got it all signed, sealed and delivered at that point. But as he said, first time driving here in the wet, and perhaps made one little error. Sid Smith was up there in the mix, as was Sasha Norden, but both of them would struggle in these conditions a little bit later on. And there was a lot of fighting, a lot of jostling for position, but a lot of it was just trying to stay out of the spray, keep that visibility, and terrifying to watch as they come down the pit straight flat out. There was Sid Smith exploring some of down Portimão, going very, very wide, 3 abreast around turn 5, I don't think so, and the rest of the cars making it though, but drivers just having to explore parts of the circuit they maybe wouldn't normally run on to try and find that additional grip There was Rodrigo Almeida. He was doing really well. Felix Neuhofer was picked off. Draker Janssen, what is a kind of a rags, riches, rags kind of race for him. There was Nick Ho, who got turned around. He had a couple of pirouettes during this session and another learning curve for him. Thomas Kangro, driver who just kept it together, but Mace Muller going very wide. Jonas Greif was fending off Alex Ryman, perhaps being a little bit more cautious, but it was Jonas Greif who got the points in the end because Alex Ryman eventually running out of traction and ending up in the gravel trap. Henry Tuamala was another one who was just driving with his fingertips to take the top step of the Pro-Am Podium, but showing immense bravery. That shot as they head past the pitch, you realise how brave these drivers are. Eventually, under the full course yellow that was brought out as a result of Alex Ryman disappearing off into the gravel, it was a win for Flint Schuring. And Ariel Levy with second place, as he said, keeps him at the top of the championship. And Dirk Schouten finding traction where others hadn't to finish in a very solid third place, and look forward to seeing them on the podium. I tried to tell you this about 3 times during the race. I was going to say about Dirk Schouten, he had set up a GoFundMe page. He ran this 100 kilometers in less than 24 hours to raise money for his season last year. He went on to win the Porsche Carrera Cup Benelux Championship, having raised that money. And if you've got a moment, I would heartily recommend you check out the documentary he's put up on his YouTube page. It's quite moving, actually, just how much pain he went through just to get on the grid for last year. And it paid off because he won a championship. Very excited to see what he does for the rest of this year. Good. I finally managed to tell that story at about the 5th time of asking. We're now waiting for the drivers to make their way to the podium, and Piers will be waiting for us there in a few moments. So, in fact, before he goes to the podium, I think he might have a driver with him. So, back over to you, Piers.
Yeah, I thought while we're waiting for all of the podiums to make their way down the pit lane, we'll grab a word with some of the drivers who've made their way up here. And Mace Muller, we spoke to you in the lunch break. You're not the most experienced in these cars, but in the wet conditions, you managed to make it work.
Yeah, I already said it to you, right? If it's raining, there's a lot of chaos, and maybe I can get a few positions. So yeah, it was great in the rain. I felt very comfortable in the car, and I think, yeah, I couldn't be very much quicker than I did right now.
Amazing. I'm sure you're really, really happy with the great result, considering, again, considering you haven't driven these cars that much and conditions that tricky. Spoke to Josh Stanton, and he said it was like ice out there.
Yeah, it was so tricky especially on the racing line. I outbraked myself a few times as well. So I kept it on the track, but not always, you know.
And also it's tricky, no traction control, no ABS, and people at home might not understand quite how slippy a racetrack is compared to the road.
Without the ABS, like at home, look, some people drive their car without traction control and then it's all fun, like slidey and stuff, but without ABS, it's just scary.
It is. Mace, thank you very much for chatting to us. We'll let you get ready for the podium ceremony. I'm just going to check. Are we waiting any more drivers? One more. We'll grab one more driver potentially, and if not, maybe we will just let's actually get the podium ceremony underway. So we're starting with the overall classification. We saw them finish on the circuit, but we are now going to have the podium. We've seen him already, we've spoken to him. Our third place driver, the number 34 from the Netherlands, Dirk Schouten. Congratulations, Dirk. His first podium in the Porsche Sprint Challenge Southern Europe. Second place, our champion last year, Ariel Levy. He was content with second place, wanted the win, but good result nonetheless. And our eventual winner, Flint Schuring. Flint, of course, driving for the Schumacher CLRT team. The Dutch driver is just getting ready, so we will now have the national anthem of the Netherlands. And now the trophy presentation. The third place trophy and champagne, or bubbly as it is, going to Dirk Schouten. Second place trophy and bubbly for Ariel Levy, last year's champion, current points leader in the championship. And then Flint Schuring wins the second round of the Porsche Sprint Challenge Southern Europe in the sport classification. Overall, raises the trophy to the team, to the applause of the rest of the teams. We'll get a couple of photos, and then I believe, because it is the last race of this weekend, that bubbly may not remain in the bottles. And we're hoping for a nice big celebration from all three of these drivers. And here we go, the champagne. Brilliant. Congratulations to all three drivers. A really memorable moment when they get to spray the champagne on the podium. Makes the clean-up after the weekend in terms of laundry a little bit more difficult. But good to also see the camaraderie and the sportsmanship from those three drivers. And I'm hoping to grab a word once again with Flint Schuring. We grabbed a quick word with him after the race. Flint, if I could grab you back in. You can enjoy the champagne. The driving is done now. Yeah. Flint, just wanted to grab a quick word with you because you've made a big step forward this year. You know, in the wet conditions, you've showed your pace. Only 4 points behind Ariel Levy in the championship. You must be feeling pretty good for the season ahead.
Yeah, 1 over 4 rounds over, so and only 4 points behind. So all is to come. So yeah, let's see in Estoril what we can do there.
Amazing. And what are your hopes? You're hoping to take the championship fight to Ariel?
Yeah, definitely. That's, I think, the objective for this year.
And
winter.
Yeah, this winter. Well, it's a new year. It's a new year. Yeah. And also, let's talk about Schumacher a little bit. You know, you're working with them this year. Clearly, they gave you a good car.
Yeah, first time working with them this weekend, but they've gave me an amazing car for this race. Yeah, quite unbelievable, but yeah, they really work hard and it shows.
Look forward to seeing what the season has in store for you. Flint, we'll let you celebrate with the team. Thank you so much and congratulations. Next up, we have the podium for the rookie classification. And in third place, we've spoken to him already, it's Maes Muller. Maes, the number 67 from the Netherlands, driving for PG Motorsport. In second place, the 919 from the Netherlands, Gjelte Höfner. Congratulations, Gjelte. He drives for MDM Motorsport. And in first place for the rookie classification, it is Chester Kiefer. Congratulations, Chester, winning the rookie classification in the sport division. He drives the number 88. He's from the Luxembourg, and we will now have the Luxembourg national anthem. Congratulations to our podium drivers. The trophy's being handed over by Lars Plato, series manager once again. Third place for Maes Muller, second place Gjelte Höfner, and our eventual winner in the rookie classification. And a great day for Schumacher CLRT, winning the overall race in race 2 and also the rookie podium. Congratulations, our podium drivers. The drivers will come together on the top step of the podium now for the obligatory photos. To mark this moment in history, I can see Gjelte has already got his very snazzy folding phone ready for the podium selfie, second of the weekend. A good start to his Porsche Sprint Challenge career with 2 podiums in the rookie classification. The rain falling not making it quite so easy for him to access the selfie function on the phone. Here we go. Trophies up, boys. Big grin. One more. Great job, guys. And final round of applause for our rookie podium in the sport division of the Porsche Sprint Challenge. Oh, here we go. And a last minute decision to spray the champagne. Congratulations, all three. Again, this is the rookie classification. These drivers, I'm sure, will be spraying much more champagne for the rest of their careers. Hjelta making the most of this moment. And the final podium for the sport classification will be the Pro-Am division. And in third place, we have the number 3 from the Netherlands, Ziad Giris. Congratulations, Ziad, third place in the Pro-Am classification. Second place, the number 19 from the United States of America, Anthony Imperato. Congratulations, Anthony, driving for Ombra Racing. And our eventual Pro-Am classification winner, the number 123, once again from Finland, is Henry Tuomala. Henry driving for Team Korainen. Trophies once again for the Pro-Am classification being handed out by Lars Plato, series manager. Third place, Ziad Giris. Second place, Anthony Imperato. And our winner, once again, a double victory in Pro-Am for Henry Tuomala. Now just podium photo and champagne to go. I can see that Ziad already has champagne in hand, ready to get it on.
மிஸ்டர் கோல்ட் கடலை எண்ணெய் தான் வாங்குறேன். ஏன் தெரியுமா?
சாதாரண ஆயிலை விட சமையல் டேஸ்டாவும் இருக்கும், ஹெல்தியாவும் இருக்கும்.
Taste the Daily.
அயன் சத்து தலைமுடி உதிர்தலை தடுக்கும் மிதமான சூடு பாலில் கலந்து பருகலாம். லயன் டேட் சிரப் தினமும் 2 ஸ்பூன்.